Welcome back to Play and Trade Guitars. I'm John. That's Zach behind the camera, and this is Play and Trade Guitars, where of course we play it and trade it. We are checking out the brand new Epiphone Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul Standard. It fills a huge void in the Epiphone Les Paul lineup, and that is a Les Paul Standard with P90s. Epiphone used to make them, and they've been gone for a while. I'm so glad they're back in this beautiful iridescent copper finish. Amazing looking guitar. Let's hope it sounds as good as it looks. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul when we put it on the bench and pull it apart, and then of course we're going to plug it in and play it. At the top, we are giving away a guitar when we hit 100,000 subscribers. To win that guitar, sign up below and make sure you're subscribed. You must be subscribed to Play and Trade Guitars, and that's a good idea because this is a community of guitar players and traders, and we do the best new guitar reviews on YouTube. So hit subscribe if you haven't. We really appreciate it. And if you're in the market for any new gear, click to buy new gear using our link. You'll find that down below. All right, without further ado, let's check out the brand new Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul. I'm really hyped about this guitar. You don't usually see this, especially at this price on Epiphone, but check this out. You get this Epiphone COA with the lovely Mr. Joe Bonamassa in there. Certificate of Authenticity, 55 Les Paul Standard. All right, check out that finish. It's like a brown, but it has gold flecks, so it kind of changes colors on you as you look at it from different angles. I think it looks just beautiful. And this is a great value at $849. You can click our link for current pricing. It comes with a hardshell case, which makes it an exceptionally good value. And here's the thing, if this was in the new Inspired by Gibson Custom line, this would probably be twice the price if it had the Gibson headstock and the Gibson pickups. And I'm actually very satisfied that they put this in the regular Epiphone lineup because it puts it at an affordable price point, $849. And really, this was like the missing guitar in the Epiphone lineup. I'm so glad they're doing this. You have the P90 PRO pickups from Epiphone, and P90 pickups are old school single coil pickups. They have a snarl, but they also have a warm, rounded voice to them, particularly in neck position. It's just like a quilted blanket of goodness when you hear that tone, and then you can dial it into the bridge for that bite and for that snarl, which I absolutely love. Laurel on the fretboard. We'll get full specs and measurements on this neck. I believe it's actually a 59 profile. A little bit odd to put a 59 profile on a 55 Les Paul. It should be kind of a thicker neck, but we'll see where that measures out. Let's go ahead and hit the bench and pull this apart before we plug it in. Looks and feels fantastic so far. All right, let's break this down. You got the Epiphone headstock, you got this Purloined Epiphone logo, Les Paul model in gold. Flipping it over, you can see that you have these Epiphone Deluxe Kluson style tuners. I love the look of those vintage style tuners. Look fantastic on this. Gloss poly finish. We'll get a measurement on the neck profile. You got a bound neck Laurel board, acrylic trapezoid inlays. Coming down to the body, you have that bound Les Paul standard body. It's going to be mahogany and then a maple top, of course, with this iridescent copper with this gold flake finish. I just absolutely love solid color Les Pauls, especially when it's a metallic finish. I'm such a sucker for that. I even like the color of these knobs. It's really paired very nicely. No nonsense, no extra coil splits or taps or anything. This is a straightforward 1955 style Les Paul with the P90s, Epiphone P90 Pros, standard toggle switch, standard controls. Let's get the strings out of the way and get some measurements. Really impressed by this one so far. Nut comes in at 1.68 inches, first fret at 0.88 inches, up to 0.99 inches at the 12th. So definitely a little thicker, 50s profile. Mahogany body, maple top, 1.93 inches thick. P90 pickups are height adjustable under spring tension, so I'll show you how that works here. The P90s themselves have these two long screws which screw directly into this bracket in the guitar body itself, and then they have a plastic cover which you can pull off and take a look at that actual P90. Yeah, no plate here, just actually the P90 is mounted directly into the body itself, and then there's a little bit of foam just for height support there. Flipping on the multimeter, we'll get a reading on these P90s. We are 7.7 in bridge, 7.7 in neck, 3.8 combined. Beautiful look to the mahogany. Let's go ahead and lift up this control cavity cover here. CTS pots, 500K, hand wired, hand connected. Looks pretty good under the hood. Weighs in at 8 pounds, 8 ounces. We'll call it 8.5 pounds. Great weight for a Les Paul. And then flipping the guitar around, you will notice this is essentially a 50s Les Paul standard with a slightly thicker neck. Good ring unplugged. And those P90 pickups are what is going to differentiate this, of course, from the Les Paul standard 50s in the Epiphone lineup. Love that they throw in that hardshell case. Remember, if you're in the market for this guitar or any other gear, click to buy that new gear using our link. You can get easy payment plans, fast free shipping. It makes buying new gear really easy when you use our link. You'll find that down below. I'm about to plug it in, and this really is my favorite part. I'll show you clean tones, I'll dirty it up, and we'll let it scream behind a track. Stick with me, because on the other side, I'll give you my honest, raw reaction to playing this guitar along with a final score. So stay with me, drop a comment as we go, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm excited about this one for sure. Nerd. All right, I had a blast playing this guitar. It took a take or two to get what I felt like was a really good take, and it's proving that this guitar plays itself. So you stuck with me to the end. I'm gonna give you my final score, my raw reaction. I base final scores on 3 things: overall playability, how does it play, how does it sound, overall sound, and of course, overall value, because that's a big part of it too. You're spending your hard-earned money on gear, and we wanna give you an honest opinion on what to buy. And when you are ready to buy, click to buy new gear using our link. You'll find it pinned below. Helps us make these demos, and you honestly get super easy payment plans and fast free shipping. It's super easy to buy gear. Check all that out down below. All right, let's talk about playability. This guitar honestly played itself. I'm somebody who naturally gravitates towards a Les Paul Standard 50s, meaning a 50s neck profile, so it's a little bit thicker. This was perfect. I think they might have even described it online as a 59 neck profile on a 55 Standard. I could buy that. It was kind of a Goldilocks medium, if you will, of 50 standard necks, but it was so comfortable to play. The gloss poly just was a really smooth playing experience, and nothing about this guitar fought me. I could get all up and down the fretboard. You know, I love, typically me, like especially with something bluesy, I love the sound, the meaty sound of the guitar below the 12th fret. But still, you know, it's just enough comfort to be able to get up there and dig into some of those higher bends with ease. I mean, this guitar, I'm just telling you, didn't fight me. I guess the only thing I'd make you aware of is if you're someone who prefers a slimmer neck, just be aware this has a thicker 50s profile neck. So just be aware. Doesn't bother me at all. A very, very highly playable guitar. It stayed in tune. It's no nonsense, standard Les Paul controls. I'm gonna go ahead and give this guitar a 9.3 on overall playability. It was a joy to play and did not fight me one bit. Came set up great from the factory too as well, and executed beautifully in terms of construction. So gotta give it to Epiphone there. All right, let's talk sounds. These are Epiphone pickups. These are Epiphone, the Pro 90 P90s. Fantastic sounding guitar. Clean, dirty. I threw it through my Kemper, basically a reverb deluxe, and then the dirt is coming from a tube screamer. And I'll tell you what, it took everything in stride. If I wanted to dig in on the cleans, if I wanted to dirt it up or put it even through a fuzz, I did put it through a big muff. It took everything, and that is the beauty of the P90s, is they have this kind of single coil response. And I'm somebody who really likes single coils, and getting that out of a Les Paul, it all comes together just beautifully. Nice, well-rounded voice with bite in that bridge position. Overall sounds, gosh, I got nothing to complain about. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.2 on overall sound. And then overall value, at the current price of $849, click our link for current pricing and all the details and availability. But $849 is including a solidly built hardshell case, which is fantastic. It's got the Joe Bonamassa graphics. And let's talk about that for a second. Whether you are a huge Joe Bonamassa fan or you don't know who Joe Bonamassa is, you love him or you don't care, wherever you fall on that spectrum, it's important to note that on this guitar, there is nothing about this guitar that says Joe Bonamassa on it other than the case. So if you're just looking for a solid 50s style Les Paul with P90s, this fits that bill too, just beautifully, and Epiphone desperately needed it in a lineup. Epiphone teaming up with the ongoing collaboration with Joe Bonamassa. They know what they're doing. Joe, of course, knows what he's doing. And unbelievable player, and obviously that inspiration from Joe Bonamassa really came through in this guitar. They nailed this one. I'm gonna go ahead and have to give it a high watermark score for value of, we're gonna give this one a 9.5 in overall value. This is gonna be a very high scoring guitar. I loved it. Remind you, before I give you the final score, if you're in the market for gear, click to buy that gear using our link. And one more thing, I play these improvised solos. If you want to hear me putting guitars into action on a song, I've got a new song, Through the Nighttime. You can find that at Bandcamp or streaming everywhere. Check that out down below. Without further ado though, this one today, I'm going to give a final score of 9.3 for the Epiphone 1955 Les Paul Standard, the Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul Standard. Fantastic sounding and playing guitar. I absolutely endorse it. Check out those links below. Until next time, I'm John. That's Zach behind the camera. See you next time for Play & Trade Guitars. Thanks for watching.